You've got his phone.
Big Mama gone?
She's gone. You know, our sex life didn't just peter out in the usual way. It was cut off short, long before the natural time for it to. And it's going to revive again, just as sudden as that. I'm confident of it. That's what I'm keeping myself attractive for. For the time when you'll see me again the way other men see me. Yes, like other men see me. They still see me, Brick, and they like what they see. Uh-huh. Some of them would give their... Look, Brick, how high my body stays on me. My body hasn't fallen a bit, not a fraction. Other men still want me. I still turn heads on the street. I mean, my face is strained, but I've kept my figure as well as you've kept yours. Why, last week in Memphis, everywhere I went, men's eyes burned holes in my clothes. In department stores and the country club and in restaurants, everywhere I went, there wasn't a man I met or walked by that didn't just eat me up with his eyes and turn around when I passed him to look back at me. Why, last week, at Alice's party for her New York cousins, the best-looking man in the crowd followed me upstairs and tried to force his way into the powder room with me. Followed me to the door and tried to force his way in.
Why didn't you let him in, Maggie?
Because I'm not that common, for one thing. But I wasn't almost tempted. You want to know who it was? It was Sonny Boy Maxwell, that's who.
Oh, yeah, Sonny Boy. Good end runner. Yeah, got a little injury to his back, he had to quit.
But he has no injury now, and has no wife, and still has a lech for me.
I see no reason to lock him out of the powder room in any case.
And have someone catch me at it? I'm not that stupid. Oh, I might cheat on you sometime with someone, but if I do, you can be damn sure it will be in a time and a place where no one but me and the man could possibly know. Because I'm not going to give you any excuse to divorce me for being unfaithful or for anything else.
Maggie. I wouldn't divorce you for being unfaithful or anything else. Don't you know that? Hell, I'd be relieved to know that you found yourself a lover.
Well, I'm taking no chances. No, I'd rather stay on this hot tin roof.
Hot tin roof's an uncomfortable place to stay on.
Yeah, but I can stay on it as long as I have to.
You can leave me, Maggie.
Don't want to. And will not. Besides, if I did, you wouldn't have a cent to pay for it, but what you get from Big Daddy. And he's dying of cancer.
Big Mama said that he wasn't, that the report was okay.
She thinks that because she was given the same story that they gave to Big Daddy. And was just as taken in by it as he was. But tonight, they're going to tell her the truth about it. When Big Daddy goes to bed, they're going to tell her that he's dying of cancer. It's malignant, and it's terminal.
Big Daddy know it?
Hell, do they ever know it? No one says you're dying. You have to fool them. They have to fool themselves.
Why?
Why? Because human beings dream of life everlasting. That's the reason. But most of them want it on earth and not in heaven. Well, that's how it is anyhow. Where did I put my cigarette? You don't want to burn up the home place. At least not with May and Gooper and their 5 monsters in it. So this is Big Daddy's last birthday. And May and Gooper, they know it. Oh, they know it all right. They got the first information from the Oshner Clinic. And that's why they rushed down here with their no-neck monsters. Because, you know something? Big Daddy has made no will. Big Daddy's never made a will in his life. And so a campaign's afoot to establish forcibly as possible the fact that you drink and I have borne no children.
Children.
I'm fond of Big Daddy. I am genuinely fond of that old man. Really, I am.
I know that you are.
I've always sort of admired Big Daddy, in spite of his coarseness, his four-letter words and so forth. Because Big Daddy is what he is, and he makes no bones about it. Hasn't turned gentleman farmer. He's still a Mississippi redneck. As much of a redneck as he must have been when he was just the overseer on the Jack Straw here, on the old Jack Straw and Peter Ocello place. But he got hold of it and built it into the biggest and finest plantation in all of the Delta. I have always liked Big Daddy. Well, this is Big Daddy's last birthday. I'm sorry about it. But I am facing the facts. It takes money to take care of a drinker. And that is the office that I have been elected to.
You're not going to have to take care of me.
Oh, I do. Two people in the same boat have got to take care of each other. Besides, you're going to need more money to buy more Echo Spring when this supply is exhausted. Or will you be satisfied with a 10-cent beer? May and Gooper are trying to freeze us out of Big Daddy's estate. But we can stop that plan. We are going to stop that plan. I have been so goddamn disgustingly poor all my life, but it's the truth.
I'm not saying that it isn't.
Always had to suck up to people I couldn't stand because they had money and I was poor as Job's turkey. You don't know what that's like. Well, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what it's like. It's like if you were 1,000 miles away from Echo Spring and had to get back to it on that broken ankle without that crutch. That's how it feels to be as poor as Job's turkey and have to suck up to people you hated because they had money and all you had was a few hand-me-down clothes and some old moldy 3% government bonds. daddy loved his liquor. He loved his liquor the way you have fallen in love with Echo Spring. And my poor mama, trying to maintain some semblance of social position, to keep appearances up on an income of $150 a month on these old government bonds. When I came out, the year I made my debut, I had just 2 evening gowns. One that my mother made from a pattern in Vogue, and the other a hand-me-down from a snotty rich cousin that I hated. The dress I married you in was my grandmother's wedding gown. So that's why I'm like a cat on a hot tin roof. So that's why I'm like a cat on a hot tin roof.
Hi, you Mr. Brick. How you feeling?
And scene.